Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY I hope that you are having a wonderful day. On this video tutorial, I'm going to show you the cutest darn thing that you can make with just your basic felt little strips that you can get at Walmart for 28 cents a piece. You can also order this stuff online and get some way better colors, but going with what I could get at Walmart over the last few times that I've been there, I think this turned out pretty cute. So I'm really excited to show you. And what I want to ask you first of all is, who remembers that old-fashioned ribbon candy? I know when my sister and I were little, we would go over to our grandparents' house. They lived in this little town called Arco, Idaho. My grandfather was a potato farmer, and my grandmother was a awesome woman. She was an avid seamstress, an avid crafter. We did tons of paint by number at her house. And anyways, this was back in the day when you had all these cut glass dishes in different rooms with candy in it. And she always had that old-fashioned ribbon candy, which I loved. And what my sister and I always did is we would just go from dish to dish and we'd pick out all the best pieces and eat them and just leave the stuff that we didn't like behind. So I'm seeing some of you guys saying that you remember it. Tell me in the comments if you remember, or if you had another favorite old-fashioned kind of candy that you loved. So as you're hopping on, tell me hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to sprinkle all that usual stuff. So what I'm going to show you first of all is how to make the it looks like old-fashioned ribbon candy. I'll show you this process. And then I'm going to talk about putting it on a garland and why I did that. Which honestly, if you want to know the honest to goodness truth, the reason why I made it into a little wreath and put it onto this garland, well, there were two reasons. Number one, it's kind of time consuming to do, and I have a zillion other things happening with the painters in the house again today. But the other thing is I was cutting my strips using my rotary cutter, my Fiskars rotary cutter that Martha sent me, and this thing just scares the heck out of me. So I did quite a few strips, and then I was like, before I get hurt, I'm gonna just put it away. So what you're gonna wanna do, let's see, we'll take this green piece right here. This is what it looks like. They're 28 cents a piece. You're just gonna wanna either use a rotary cutter and cut 1-inch wide strips, the full length of the long, which, let's see, how long is it? It's not, well, it's about 12 inches long. So they're going to be 1 inch wide by 12 inches long. You can use a rotary cutter, or you can just use good old-fashioned scissors, and it does not matter if your strips are exactly straight or not, honestly. It really doesn't matter. So I'm not going to show you how to use the rotary cutter here on Facebook Live because, like I said, I'm still a novice with it, and it scares me, and I don't want to cut a finger off or something here on a Facebook Live. So either use scissors, or if you're a pro at this, have at it and cut a whole bunch of strips. And then one thing that you do want to remember is to put the guard back up when you're finished. And don't stick it in a drawer where you're likely to shove your fingers in there. Those are the lawyer tips that I would like to share with you guys today. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Looks like there's about 200 and something people live with us right now. Okay, so you're gonna end up with a whole bunch of these strips. Let's move this out of the way. And then you're gonna wanna, I suppose you could use hot glue, and I might actually try that out later. But I just used a big, like an embroidery needle, or I think they call these a doll needle. It's long and pretty sharp, and I just pulled my piece of thread out. I'm just using white thread. But you could use fishing line, dental floss. It doesn't have to be white. Just use what you have. That's what I always say. So let's see, can I get my needle threaded while I'm live? Yes, I can, but it may take me a couple of tries. There we go. Okay, so I just have a length of thread and I put a knot at one end. Okay, and this is just a big long needle. You're gonna take 2 pieces of your different colors. And I did red, black, and I only had 1 piece of red, so that's why I didn't have more red pieces. Red, black, dark gray, light gray, green, and white. I guess 6 colors. Okay, and so for right now, I'm gonna just show you using red and black. How's that? And what you're gonna wanna do is sort of every other little stack, you're gonna kind of alter the colors. And you can do these all in a long garland, but again, I opted to make it into a little wreath just because it's so time consuming and my rotary cutter scares me. You need to get needle threaders. I do have some, that's a good idea. Okay, so you're gonna take your 2 pieces and just lay them on top of each other. You want to decide, let's put this down, which color you want to have on the main part of the outside. And then you can alternate when you know, next time do gray and green, then white and dark gray, you know, vary them. Okay, so you're gonna just start doing these little folds that are right about an inch. Okay, and you're gonna just keep, can you guys see what I'm doing? Keep folding. And if you remember what actual ribbon candy looks like, it's not perfectly uniform. There's some pieces of it where it's shorter or kind of twisted. So don't feel like it has to be perfect. You're gonna get a little stack that looks like this. And then, this is so easy, and I thought it was kind of unique, and I just am on this mission to keep the variety up for you guys so you don't get bored with me. Oops, that didn't have a big enough knot on it. Okay, well, we'll fix that. We'll go up, and it should be, you know, towards the center of the stack, but it doesn't have to be exactly. And we'll go back down. Okay. And then I'm going to tie a knot to keep my little accordion ribbon candy scrunch together. I know there's so many of you guys that are so much better at this kind of stuff than me. Oh, dang it, I broke my thread. Okay, let's do it one more time. This is where fishing line or some really extra sturdy thread might be a better option. Okay, let's try it one more time. I'm just going to basically tie a knot, and you can pull these little stacks as tight or leave them as loose as you want. If you leave them looser, then you won't have to make quite so many. If you pull them really tight, then you're going to have to make more. So then I would just do my next one, which let's do a light gray and a green. The other way. So the folds are around an inch, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Just folding my stack. I'm going to show you next the next part of it. And okay, so I have another little stack. What are you guys saying? Yeah, if you missed the beginning, you might want to go back and watch this on replay. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through my next little stack, and I will go back down through it a second time. And then I will go back up, and then I'll pull it tight. Okay, and that's basically how you do it. Super easy, okay? So then, let me just set this aside. Once I got a whole string of them, I basically just sewed 2 together. And can you guys see that okay? Let's see, this is the front. You can turn them so you can see the ribbon part or however you like that. Then I just sewed it into a loop. And then I just took one piece, I'll take this off, of a strip, 1 inch wide by the full length of the, so here's my little, and you can see it's not perfect, but that doesn't matter. So then I have this length of the same thing I use every time, natural polished hemp from Walmart. And I just, where's my piece? I just put my little piece of strip where I thought I might want it, and then I tied it in a knot over the top of the piece of cord. It doesn't look quite as neat as it did before, but that's okay. So then, using my 6 different colors, flip over there. Wait, that's the back. This is the front. Then using my 6 different colors, I went black, gray, red, green, dark gray, white. Black, light gray, red, green, dark gray, white. And I just, this is, let's see, where are my loops? Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Okay, so then I just took each piece of this that I still had, I set it over the top of the twine, and I just pulled the tails through this. And you guys, I put it actually up on my mantle to do that because it's much easier to do when your line is, you know, straight and tight. Let's try that one more time. Okay, so imagine it's on, I just do a loop and then you pull the tails. Let's try one more time. I don't have enough hands to do this. So it really is much easier if you do it when you have it hanging up. Oh, come on. Here's my elbow. And then you just pull it tight and you can fiddle around with it to make it neat. So I will take pictures of this up on my mantle. I'm thinking this idea could be really cute, seriously, for just about any season. The ribbon candy reminds me of Christmas, but you could do a whole garland of this idea, these little stacks. Walmart had some kind of cool colors. I love this burnt orange. No, it's called pumpkin spice. You could do that and a cream and a gray and, you know, a light gray and a dark gray. And maybe a white in there. There's lots of different things that you could do. Or you could do all pastels for Easter. Let me see what you guys are saying here. I do have more projects that I'm working on, so I think I probably will go live later. I have a dentist appointment at 2 because I broke part of a filling off and it's like stabbing my tongue and killing me. So that's another thing I have on my list to do today. Oh, hey, and I did want to say one other thing. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet to me. You send me all kinds of things that you make and things that you want me to do. Like Martha's the one that sent me this rotary cutter. Hang on. But this sweet lady, Patricia Hill, she lives in North Richland Hills, Texas. She crocheted me all these little like snowflakes. And I have to figure out what to do with these, but are those not the most precious thing? So what I want to know is, do you guys have ideas for what kind of a craft I could make out of these? They're almost too pretty to glue down to something, but wow, Patricia, that was so super kind of you. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I received your beautiful snowflakes and that I so appreciate it. So I hope you're on. If you're not and somebody else knows her, be sure to tell her. And I might tag her in this video. Anyways, that is pretty much I have for all right now. I will take pictures, put them in the comments here. I will also just put them on DIY Dreaming. And I hope that you guys can join me later in the afternoon, probably sometime after 3 or 4. And also, the house is starting to come together. So I want to do a tour so you can see the new light and bright and airy front part of our house. And I want to show you some of those oddities that we have that are family heirlooms that I had told you about. One of them is my friend Diane, Diane Frontman here in town, said, you got to show him the doll head. So I have this old, beautiful red small trunk, and it has a very old doll head with no hair, but it's sort of painted on and it's missing one eyeball, and it's kind of looking out of the little trunk. I have all kinds of funny things like that that just remind me of my husband's parents. So I'll show you that maybe today or possibly tomorrow. All right, enough rambling from me. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you liked this project, and I will see you later today.